do this? It's the Height Differential. We're back. Missed our show on Sunday, but for good reason.
We're all celebrating.
First off, that's Neil. The 6'6" Neil. I'm the 4'10" Nick. We missed the show on Sunday, but I would say for good reason.
We were
We were
celebrating.
competing in the Rowdy Cup.
Yep.
First ever Rowdy Cup. 4-on-4. Neil and I were on the same team.
You were the captain. Don't sell yourself short. You were the captain of the squad.
I was a captain of the squad, but I thought that, we did everything as a team. We discussed everything.
Yeah.
Start off slow. Well, we're down 2-0 after scramble.
Yep.
Down 2-0.
We lost the first 2 points.
And then we go to alternate after that 9 holes.
You needed hold on. We needed 5.5 to win, right?
5 would have split it. 5.5 to win. Yes.
So down 2-0 right off the bat. We
right off the bat, and did not play well.
No.
I did not play well. You did not play well. And then we played together. We got off each other's team. And that was planned anyways. It wasn't. It was already planned. We had the team set. Then we played alternate, and I think the point that your team got in that alternate was very crucial, beating probably the best player in the Rowdy Cup.
Yep.
Bringing that point home, and then Van and I were able to get the last 2 holes to secure a split, which ended up being huge. So we go into the last day down, 2.5 to 1.5.
2.5, 1.5. Yep.
And then we split the 4-ball on Sunday morning. We go to singles, and we're down 3.5 to 2.5. You won your match. Joe got beat because he had a little too much to drink.
Yep.
So Matt beat him. And I was able to beat Garrett, who was playing as good as anybody all week, with some good chips late, and took home the Rowdy Cup in a pretty dramatic fashion, and been on cloud 9 pretty much ever since.
Dramatic fashion's an understatement. I mean, it took us. We played it in the rain. It
was awful.
In a little bit of cold, and we basically closed them out, or you closed out Garrett on hole 16. So we didn't even need to play the last 2 holes, and that round still took 5.5 hours. It was one of the most miserable rounds of all time.
And I will say, the back 9, those first 4 holes, I played really well. Mm-hmm. And then we had like a 45-minute delay. We let that couple play through, and I was limping down the stretch. It was cold. It was miserable. But luckily, my gap wedge came through with 2 really good chips on 15 and 16, where I was able to 1-putt. And that gap wedge won us the dang thing. But
there you go.
Hey, we got to do this again. This was fun.
It was fun.
Thanks to Joe Ziegler for allowing us to stay at the in-laws place all week and all weekend, and played down at Park Mammoth, played at Barron River Lake State Course, and just wish the weather was a little warmer on Sunday.
Yeah, that would have helped. If we could have just played in that weather that we had today or Monday when it was 67, 65, 67 degrees.
Beautiful.
And the sun was out.
Beautiful on Monday, too.
Yeah, we missed it by a day or two.
I mean, I'm wearing thermal, polo, thick quarter zip, and a hoodie, and a T-bob, and electric hand warmers, and it was fighting through it a little bit, and it was spitting a little bit.
Yeah, it was not much fun, but winning always makes things better.
It does, and it was great to win. Was great to hang out with everybody, and we're able to watch a lot of sports while we were down there.
Yeah,
we watched Forever Young win the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah.
Passing Sierra Leone late, and the same trifecta that we had last year, just in a different order, as Sierra Leone came in second and Fierceness in third. The first Japanese horse to ever win the Classic. Watched a lot of football.
Yeah.
But I think we got to start off with what you said maybe 500 times on Saturday night. This is the best World Series of all time.
Of all time. Yeah, of all time. I mean, there have been some great ones in our lifetimes. Like we mentioned before we got on the show, some of these Game 7 World Series and most recently that come to mind. We're thinking like the Cubs winning their first one since 08 or whatever it was over the Indians back in 16.
The curse of the Billy Goat was done away with. The
curse of the Billy Goat was lifted in extra innings in dramatic fashion on that one. So that was a good one. We talked about the Yankees Diamondback series of 2001. The 97 Indians and Marlins series when the Marlins pulled that one out. So Then your Braves, I think, your Braves
Braves
Twins.
Twins in
Yeah.
'91,
So
which a lot of
really,
people
I
said
mean,
was the best 7-game
yeah,
World
I mean,
Series of
there's
all
been some
time.
good ones, but this one with arguably the greatest baseball player in the history of the game doing what he did and setting records of getting on base 9 times. We had an 18 inning game. We had walk off. Do we have any walk? No, we didn't have any walk offs, but we had some late inning home runs in Game 7. It's just and then some like the talent on these, like the talent just all around was probably some of the best we've seen. The dramatics. I mean, they average. What did I see? There was between the U.S., Canada, and Japan. There was 50 something million people tuned into Game 7, which is the most watched game that they've said in a long, long time. So
Well, those 3 countries are gonna be interested.
I mean, sure, but 50 something million people tuned into the Game 7. Like incredible, absolutely incredible. Must watch TV, and it's to me is the best of all time, at least in my
I
lifetime.
mean, it's the Dodgers become the first team to repeat since the Yankees in the late '90s, the first National League team to repeat since the Reds did it with the Big Red Machine in the '70s. They always say it's hard to knock down a champion, right? And you get down 3-2 and you're going home and the Blue Jays are feeling good and they figure out a way to win game 6 and then game 7, the Blue
Let's
Jays are leading the whole way.
let's get into Game 7 because I want you to give me some credit. You see, you don't give me credit. This you need to give me some
You
credit.
always asking for
I
credit
mean,
on
you
this.
need to give it to me. We're sitting there, we're watching Game 7, and so the situation, Will Smith hits that home run in the what were the 11th inning?
Yeah, that was the 11th, but a lot happened before that to
Well,
get to that point.
that is true. That is true.
I mean, you gotta talk if you're gonna talk the whole game, you gotta talk Miguel Rojas in the ninth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Rojas's bomb off hopping with one out when basically it looked all but wrapped up. The Blue Jays were cruising, I think, at that point a little bit.
I mean,
Hoff
he hadn't had a home run in the postseason, hadn't had a home run period, I think, since mid-September.
and Hoffman had been really, really good in these playoffs. And he gave up that solo shot. So you're right. Give Rojas the credit to get us to extras. Once extras happen, we get to that 11th
He
inning.
made the play in the bottom of the ninth too.
He made the play in the bottom. We all
Like,
understand
that
it.
play, like, this close, I don't even know what that is in measurement. It's a tenth of a second,
It was about a
and
tenth
Will
of a
Smith
second.
lifts his foot up and almost comes off the
He got the
plate.
toe down. He did get that toe down.
IKF doesn't get the greatest lead, which if he gets a better lead, he's gonna score on that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it's just baseball. That's what makes baseball great, is just it can come down to those split seconds. But yes, that's how we got to where you are with Will Smith in the 11th.
So Will Smith hits the bomb in the 11th. Dodgers go up 1. Blue Jays come right back in the bottom of the 11th. Runner on what do we have? Runner on third, right? With one out.
I
First and
believe they had
third.
second and
No, it's third.
yeah.
Runner on third, one out. All Blue Jays need to do.
There was a little bit of drinking on Saturday, so
Yeah, it was offensive. But there was runner on third, one out. All the Blue Jays really need to do is sack fly, almost just kind of just put it in play. All you really need to do. And what did I tell you? What did I say to you? They should walk. Who was at bat? Do you remember?
I don't remember who the first
Okay.
batter was. Yeah.
Regardless, walk the guy. Set up the potential double play because I think your chances of getting the double play to end the game are greater than that run not scoring. So what do? It was
Well, they
basically an
did walk.
intentional walk. They pitched around him. And then
I mean,
the double
it
play.
set it up. I still don't agree with putting the winning run on base, and we argued this on Saturday.
But you gave
But
yourself
then
an
a
out
gapper
to win the
loses you
World
the World
Series. You
Series.
gave yourself the out, the chance to win
No,
the
it
World
worked
Series.
out. It worked out.
I
The
don't
game
understand.
in double play.
I don't understand why you don't agree with it.
I've told you 500 times I wouldn't put the winning run on base. Like, I'm not
Well,
gonna allow a gapper to beat me. And once you put the winning run on base, that allows that to happen.
I mean,
Now, I get it. You're putting the runner on first to set up the double play.
Well, then if he hits the gap, the guy at the plate hits the gapper, runner on third scores, and he's in scoring position still with only one out. You
Well, I
gave
mean, yeah,
yourself
the
the
game's not
opportunity.
over. The
But you
game's not over.
no, but if you don't put him on base, you have no opportunity of winning in that at bat. 0% chance of winning. Now you upped your chances of winning in that at bat with the double play, and that's what
You
happened.
might have got a strikeout instead of walking the guy.
No.
Like, yes, it worked out. I get it. But I as a manager would not be putting the winning run on base. There's no way. Like, I'm gonna make them hit the ball over the fence to beat me in that situation.
But not only you see it as you put the winning run on base, you also put the game ending out at the plate, and it wasn't
Well,
before.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, that still goes back to my point
You put your
where I
World
will
Series
continue to
okay.
say it.
So you can say that, but you put the World Series ending out at the plate, and
Yeah,
that's what happened. Like,
it
you
is what
gave
happened.
yourself a chance to win the game. You gave yourself a chance to
I
win the game.
and look, you did say it before it happened, and I argued that I wouldn't do it, and it ended up working out. But I mean, if
I
that
think both ways.
ball is more to the left and goes through the 5.5 hole and Mookie Betts doesn't get a glove on it, now you're tied and you've got runners in first and second. So
Yeah.
now the winning runs in scoring position to beat you. So there's a lot of
Still take
ways
the
to think
base hit,
about
but it would
this,
still
and
take a
there's a
base
lot.
hit to beat you. Still take a
Do
base
I?
hit to beat it would still take a base hit to beat you.
It still would.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you didn't walk the guy that singled, you still got to ban it first. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of strategy. That's why baseball is one of the best sports because there's a lot of things that you can do.
I need to be a baseball
And
manager.
and obviously the strategy worked out, but
Should I be a
it,
baseball manager?
I don't think so.
I can do it.
I don't think so.
I can do it.
There's still a couple of openings. The Braves opening got filled by Walt Weiss the other day, but there's still a couple openings. But I mean, the other thing we have not talked about is Yamamoto getting 3 wins in the World Series,
Yeah.
becoming the World Series MVP. The first player to have 3 wins in a World Series since Randy Johnson did it in that Diamondbacks World Series that you were just talking about. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best World Series of all time. It's definitely on the list of the greatest. And no, it's just
I mean, the
it's
drama,
sad when
all
baseball's
that
over.
all that drama of the ninth inning, the bottom of the 10th inning, the top of the 11th inning, the bottom of the 11th inning. Like, there was drama every step of the way. Every
What's the
step.
World Series? Yeah, in a tied game or a
Mm,
one-run game. So yeah, there's going to be drama.
no, because it could have been 1-1 going into the ninth, and nobody gets on base, and we go to extras, and nobody gets on base in the 10th, and there's just a solo home run in the 11th, and it's just over. Like, no, there could be a lot less drama than what there was, and you
I
know that's
mean,
true.
game 6 and 7 both ended on double plays.
Yeah, that's right. How do you get picked off on game 6? How you get doubled off second is just unreal. But
Yeah, that should not happen.
no,
And if you were the manager, which you are a great manager and never make bad decisions,
I would have cut him.
that would not happen.
I would have DFA'd him right there.
DFA'd him on the spot. But look, so we got to give credit to our guy Will Smith, Louisville native, with the game-winning home run. For the 6th consecutive year, Will Smith has won the World Series.
Yep.
Will Smith did it with the Dodgers in 20, and
Yep.
then Will Smith does it the other Will Smith, the
Other Will
pitcher Will
Smith.
Smith,
Yep.
does it with the Braves, the Astros, and the Rangers, 21, 22, 23, and now Will Smith, the Louisville native and the Dodgers catcher, has done it the last 2 years. So
What a run though for the other Will Smith. You get in 3 straight World Series with 3 different teams. Like, you just end up in great situations.
and he closed games for the Braves in 2021. He was not that great. He figured out ways to get it done. He didn't pitch that much for the other 2 teams, but was on their teams. I mean, but yeah, if you can win 3 World Series with 3 different teams, that's pretty hard to do.
Uh-huh.
But sad that the World Series is over. Sad when the baseball season ends, but we got crossover season now. We've got plenty of sports action. We got football and basketball now on our plate. And I think we need to start off with a little college football, as the top 2 teams in college football, both in the Big Ten, both continue to dominate. Ohio State takes care of Penn State. Indiana takes care of Maryland. What stood out to you on those 2 games?
I mean, we didn't really watch much of it on Saturday because we were on the golf course, and I expected IU to win. I didn't expect them to win as big as they did. I know they've been crushing teams. I thought maybe Maryland would be kind of a lazy game on the road, but man, Signetti and the Hoosiers just continue to just dominate teams. Like we've said before, like that's just the sign of what a great team does, is they just beat the heck out of the teams that you're supposed to beat the heck out of, and they just continue to do it. Right now they're just an unstoppable train. I don't know what's slowing them down.
580 yards.
Yeah.
They recovered 3 fumbles. It's their 5th 50th point game of the season. 5 50-point games.
That's insane.
They are 9-0 for consecutive seasons
Yep.
after failing to ever start 9-0 their first 136 years. And then you've got Ohio State, where I mean, their offense is really starting to click. We already knew they had probably what was the best defense in the country. Jeremiah Smith with another touchdown, his 24th receiving touchdown since his debut last year. Julian Sang is really, coming into his own. He had his third game with 85% completion percentage and 300 yards and four touchdowns. But I did a comparison of Ohio State and Indiana
Yeah.
with points per game, opponents' points per game, yards per game, and opponents' yards per game. And before I say these, like if you had to pick IU or Indiana to be the top team in the country, you're going Indiana?
It's hard not to. I'd go Indiana.
So in the college football playoff, they went with Ohio State and then Indiana at what, number 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would go Indiana just because the way that they just put everybody to bed.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the best. If we compare the resumes of the two, they have the best win, I think, out of the two, beating Oregon at Oregon. I mean, Ohio
Yeah.
State's best win so far, what are we looking at? Texas, maybe? And
Yeah,
week
and I
1,
mean,
which was a struggle, but, everybody it's week 1. You can't read really
well,
too much into it, but
after Texas has struggled their way to the last 3 wins, it's it's surprising that Ohio State was ever win a ugly game like that because that's the games that Texas seems to be winning lately, but
yeah,
points per game, Ohio State ranks 19th. Do you know what Indiana ranks?
1.
First.
Yeah,
Opponents' points per game, Ohio State, we know, ranks first. Do you know what Indiana ranks?
2nd.
Third.
Dang.
Yards per game, Indiana or Ohio State ranks 29th. Indiana does not rank first, but they rank 4th in the
Oh,
country.
okay.
And then opponents' yards per game, once again, Ohio State ranks first. And this is where just Indiana just doesn't get the credit. They're 7th in opponents' yards per game. So they're in top 10 in the country or top 7 in the country in both of those defensive categories. And like I said, they had 3 fumble recoveries in the win over Maryland. And we talk about their offense. We talk about Mendoza. You know, there's not enough talk about how good their defense is.
No, I mean, absolutely. Like the numbers don't lie, and these numbers are saying that they are a top 10 defense. So, like you're right. Like the offense gets all the credit because they're putting up 50 something points and running up and down the field on folks and just dominating. But the defense, like they're right up there with them. Like they're just as good as that offense. So, yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers, you look at the strength of wins. It's hard to say that it's not IU, but you know, like these two teams are on a collision course to meet up on December 6th in Indianapolis, and that's gonna be quite the show.
I mean, it's going to be the show that all obviously, but they're 1 and 2. That goes without saying. But everybody's going to be highly anticipating that game. And I mean, I don't know who's going to be favored in it if they did play right now. But I mean, if Ohio State's a 2.5 point dog, I'm rolling Indiana all day in that game, especially being in their home state and
Yeah.
just really looking forward to that one and seeing. I mean, it's just I know we've talked about it over and over again, but the job that Signetti's done is amazing. And you look at the rest of the games. Georgia beats Florida 24-20, their 48th straight win over unranked opponents. Ole Miss moves to 8-1 with their win, their third time they're 8-1 under Lane Kiffin.
Mhm.
Louisville kind of dominates in the second half,
Yeah.
outscores Virginia Tech 21-0. They had 235 rushing yards as Isaac Brown had 130 and K-Wan had 94.
Yep.
Texas did it again. Figured out a way
They
to
do
win
it.
an ugly game. We're up 34-24 late, and Pavius throws a touchdown. They go for the onside kick, and I don't know if you saw that ball bouncing around, but Vandy should have picked it up and
Yeah.
had a chance to win that game late. They
Yeah.
weren't able to do it. Pavia threw for 368 yards and 3 touchdowns, and we've given Arch Manning a lot of grief as he's not really lived up to the hype, but he had 328 yards, and you know, um, he's now had 3 games with 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, and there's only 4 quarterbacks in the history of Texas that have done that 3 times. Uh, Colt McCoy did it in '09, Major Applewhite in '99, and then Casey Thompson in '21. So for as much as we've kind of He hasn't lived up to the hype, there's no doubt, but he's still putting up okay numbers.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's doing fine.
And then
A couple shakeups. You got to mention like the Georgia Tech losing their first game of the
yeah,
season at NC State, kind of really hurting their playoff chances, and then Miami with their second loss of the season at SMU. So some shakeup in the ACC. Everybody
Miami
thought Georgia.
continues. I mean, that's what Cristobal does, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of his MO lately. Yeah, the last couple of
But
years.
but but Georgia Tech just couldn't get a stop in that game, and,
Yeah,
it kinda cost them. Haynes King's numbers were out of con were great
yeah,
in that game, but they just couldn't get enough stops to win. Um, Notre Dame struggled against a one-win BC team, but got a pick, and then Jeremiah Love broke one late to pull away by 2 scores, and Dabo lost again at Clemson to Duke for the second straight year they lost to Duke, and he's in his press conference talking about it's the low of the lows, and he may get fired today as his AD's back in the back of the room.
he had a couple other words as well, mostly toward the officials, and I think he got fined a little bit, cost him a little, hit him in the wallet a little bit for some of his comments.
But they announced the reveal of the top 12 yesterday. Then in Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, and then it goes Georgia, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech, Oregon, Notre Dame, Virginia, and Memphis.
Yeah,
Um, we're gonna get BYU and Texas Tech playing each other this weekend. So you wait to see who's gonna come out because they're playing each other at noon on Saturday. That game will be fun to watch. We'll see what Bear Bachmeyer can do in that one. And it's early too. Like so, the Memphis is the at large it's in right now.
yep,
James Madison is like second best chance to get that at large spot. A team that played Louisville tough at home a month or so
me
ago,
too. Yeah,
where they were running 2 quarterbacks out there. They really didn't look that great,
no.
but it was still a struggle for the Cards.
Yeah, I mean, James Madison's sitting there ready to pounce if Memphis, somehow messes up.
Uh, One game that we didn't talk about is Satterfield and
Ugh,
Cincinnati
yeah,
getting a chance to kinda show what they got on the national stage, in Utah just
yeah,
kinda put it on 45-14. So
yeah. I might have overestimated how good I thought the Bearcats were.
you're just such a Satterfield homer that
Yeah,
But
I mean, not much to say on that one. They got their butts whooped.
but the big ones this week, as I mentioned, you got number 7 BYU at number 8 Texas Tech, which would be the game of the week. A&M coming off the bye plays at number 22 Missouri to see if they can stay undefeated, and then you got number 9 Oregon at number 20 Iowa, who continues to move up in the rankings.
Yeah, not a bad slate of games on Saturday.
So we talked a little bit about the Oklahoma win over Tennessee.
Yeah,
Their kicker Tate Sandell.
uh-huh.
Have you he's 18 for 19 on the year, 6 to 6 from 50, 7 to 8 from 40 to 49, transfer from UTSA. So dude he's just money right now.
Yeah,
Kirk Herbstreit was on the game on Saturday.
mhm.
And I mean, dude, Sandell's pants. They ain't pants.
They're not pants. Nope, saw the picture, not pants.
I don't even know. Like, we're wearing shorter shorts in basketball. We're getting back to the way that it used to be, before the Fab Five
They're
really
about
changed it
fine.
and had shorts hanging down to their ankles.
Yep.
But do we need football guys wearing
I mean, he's wearing
biker
he's
shorts?
wearing biker shorts, is what they are.
Do
Let's
we
call them
need
what they are.
football players wearing biker shorts?
I mean, he's not the only one. Like, you see some of these players out there, like, you're supposed to wear, like, knee pads and stuff. Like, these pads are
No,
not
they're
covering your
not.
knees. Your knees are 4 inches below where your pants are ended.
There's no way to wear a new pad if you don't have pants there.
Exactly. So, yeah, pants are getting shorter and shorter in college football. I mean, I don't know if as a kicker, like, you like that. You don't have as much resistance on your leg as you're swinging that thing to kick a 55-yard field goal. But, yeah, I mean, it's not they're not pants. They're
They're,
shorts.
they're Daisy Dukes,
Yeah.
as Kirk Herbstreit said, and even Dion, who I mean, he wasn't involved in the game, got into the act as he said he's talking in his post game and saying, "How do us as coaches? How do we allow that to happen? How do we allow our players to go out and look like that. And I don't know.
The game's changed since Dion was a player, though. Game's
I
changed.
don't I don't want to show my legs off like that.
Nobody wants to see your legs.
But I mean, hey, it's working for Tate Sandell. I mean, 18 for 19 and 6 to 6 from 50 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the job done a little bit there.
Got to keep it. Yep.
So I guess now, do we have to transition to the NFL?
What's the NFL? Never heard of it. Don't want to hear of it.
It's a no fun league.
Yeah.
If you want to celebrate and if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
But you know
That's
what?
what it stands for.
But you know the silver lining in what happened to the Bengals on Sunday, and it was a complete. There's no words for it. Is we didn't get to watch a single snap, and I was perfectly okay with it. For my mental health, I'm glad I did not watch a single play of that game.
Well, I can't say the last time that I did that. So because I am a glutton for punishment, that is for sure.
Yep.
I will say the first quarter I had it on the speaker and my teammates told me to turn it off because it was distracting me a little bit. Did catch wind that after it was a 14-point game that they scored and got the onside kick. So then I quickly turned it on, saw that they scored to take the lead, screamed a little bit, but then realized there was 54 seconds left.
I heard you from a fairway over scream. I thought you had a good shot. Nope, come to find out that the Bengals had took the lead with 54 seconds left.
Flacco hit Yoshi Voss in the back of the end zone, and so I did a little scream. But then I realized there was 54 seconds left, and they're only up 1 point. So they're probably going to lose because all the Bears needed was a field goal, and it turned out
to be much worse than that.
Just go ahead and get a touchdown. We'll break a tackle at the 32-yard line and just run it all the way in.
I mean, like when you think things can't get worse, like you think that you're just at rock bottom, and then you just somehow find a new layer under the rock to hit the bottom. Like this defense, I still don't understand how people have not been fired. I don't understand it. Like nobody's taking this seriously in the ownership group. The offense is now, they hate the defense. They've like basically come out and said so in their post-game comments with Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, you know, using a couple F-bombs directed toward their Bengals defense. You know, there's reports of Bengals defenders kind of laughing it up a little bit after the game, like, you know, not taking it seriously. Like it's a complete joke. You have Joe Flacco at the ripe age of, 41, 42 years old. A great quarterback in the NFL, throws for a career high. The Bengals put up 42 points. He throws for a career high, and you still lose. You just don't think it's possible.
It's wild. It's wild. And I've got some numbers here that
you're gonna make me cry if you say them.
But Joe Flacco's only 40. He's not 41, 42.
Yeah, whatever.
But he does got a little gray in his beard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he threw for 470 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like you said, it was just career high as a 40-year-old who has had a great career. But the Bengals, per Sports Radar, 25 missed tackles versus the Bears. Most by any team this season. And the second most since they started tracking missed tackles in 2007. Washington had 26 in 2015. The record for the most missed tackles in a quarter is 9. The Bengals tied that in both the third and the fourth quarters on Sunday. And their 18 missed tackles and a half broke their previous record of 13. They have 109 missed tackles. We're continuing on the missed tackle stats.
Yep.
They have 109 missed tackles on the season. Give me a guess of what the next highest is. The Washington Commanders. How many missed tackles do the Washington Commanders have for the second most in the NFL?
What was our number again?
109.
78.
76. Really good guess. You know, say I never give you credit. I'm giving you credit right now. The Cincinnati Bengals have 30% more tackles than the second worst team. 30% more missed tackles than the second worst team in the NFL. They're averaging 12 missed tackles per game, which puts them on pace for 206, which would be beat the previous league record of 165. We keep going. They have the top 3 players in the NFL in missed tackles. Jordan Battle leads the NFL with 15.
See if I can guess who they are.
Demetrius-
Can I oh, you said Demetrius Knight. Okay.
Yep.
Second. Geno Stone on that list?
Yes, Demetrius Knight at 14 and Geno Stone at 13.
Yeah.
Barrett Carter also ranks in the top 10 with like 9 missed tackles. So they've lost the last 2 games, 39-38 to the Jets, 47-42 to the Bears. 6 times in the last 2 years, they have lost games when scoring 33 points. And I'm still not done.
Oh, God.
Do you want to know who has scored the most points in the NFL since week 6?
I'm going to take a guess and say that it's the Cincinnati Bengals, Nick.
The Cincinnati Bengals lead the NFL in scoring since week 6 with 131 points. Their record in those 4 games, 1-3. The Colts are second during that span with 127 points. They are 3-1. The Chargers are third with 117 points. They are 3-1. The Bears are fourth, mainly because of their performance on Sunday with 114 points. And guess what their record is? 3-1. And I'm done.
Oh, we're finally done. So you read all these numbers, all these stats. We're the worst at this, the worst at that. Like, not just the worst in like historically bad defense, and there has been no accountability anywhere. The ownership hasn't even come out and said this is not acceptable. Like nothing, not a peep, not a word, nothing.
What do you do?
You start firing people, Nick. You start firing people. You should have fired people last week when we got. I sat here and I went on the rant.
I need specifics.
Zach Taylor. Well, number one, you start with Duke Tobin. Get him the heck out of town because he is just completely whiffed on the talent on this roster. Like the first round draft picks that he's had, these defensive round, first and second round, third round draft picks, they've all sucked. Let's not be like they've all sucked. Shamar Stewart, terrible. Miles Murphy, terrible. The 2 rookie linebackers, terrible. All terrible. And Cam Taylor Britt, terrible. Dax Hill, terrible. All of them, terrible. And they were all high round draft picks. So you've missed. They've absolutely missed evaluating talent. Then you fire Zach Taylor, and you especially Al Golden. I've already said my piece about Al Golden. Get off my sideline. Get off my sideline. Get out of the city. Get on a Greyhound bus. Go on back up to South Bend, Indiana, and maybe take over the Notre Dame defense again. Because what you have done this year has been absolutely terrible. Get out of town and take Zach Taylor with you, and don't ever come back.
Okay, so Duke Tobin 100% is the first one that should go. Now, getting rid of him in the middle of the season doesn't really accomplish anything.
You know what it does? It tells the fans that you care.
No, I would have done it yesterday.
Yes. Just show the fans.
He's been with the team since 1999.
The season is over.
He drafted Akili Smith in 1999, and he didn't get fired for that. So,
man, the season's a wash. Just show the fans you care and start making changes now.
I don't know what else you can do.
It's not going to get better this year. No, there's nothing that's going to make it better.
Well, I just gave you those offensive numbers with the 40-year-old Joe Flacco, and you're going to fire Zach Taylor, who's in charge of this offense?
Yes. Give me Dan Pitcher. Pitcher, he knows the offense. He can call plays.
But you do see what I'm saying here, right?
Don't care. You're the leader of this team. This team, you have offensive guys fighting with defensive guys. Like there's
no kidding.
No leadership.
No
leadership.
42 points and 38 points.
I know that. I understand that. And the offensive guys have a right to be mad. But your teammates are fighting each other at this point. Like there's no leadership. Zach Taylor's not leading this team. I don't care if you put up 40 points. A damn pitcher can put up 40 points. He knows the offense. He can call the plays. The offense will still be fine. With the weapons they have, this offense will be fine without Zach Taylor. Get out and take Al Golden.
I think so, but I mean, you don't know 100%. He does deserve. You got to give him some credit for what he's doing for the offense, but he's in charge of the entire team. He's in charge of the entire team as the head coach.
Yep.
And he brought in Al Golden.
Yep.
And I mean, you can't fire Al Golden after 9 games. Or
why can't you?
I don't.
What do you mean you can't? Of course you can.
The whole thing to me was never gonna work. It doesn't matter who the defense coordinator. You made no changes on that defense except for bringing in rookie linebackers. You brought in TJ Slayton to and at least one guy on the defensive line, but you did nothing else. Like your deep your starting safety, you wanna know how you motivated him? You asked him to take a pay cut. So Geno Stone, like, we gave you a 2-year contract. You weren't great in year 1 here. Will you take a little less money to still play every down? Like, you're asking Al, and we've went into this before, but you're asking Al Golden to do miracles.
He took a
Now,
bad defense, but he made it worse. Like, he made it worse. The
they
same
are
you
worse.
cannot make it worse.
They're 100% worse.
Like, you can't be the guy that comes in and makes it worse.
But, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for this season, but I think if you fire Duke Tobin, it at least shows that you're serious about trying to make this
Get
team
rid of
better.
all of them. I want
But
all of them.
you have to blow that side of the ball up completely in the offseason.
Every
And,
single one. Every position.
well, you keep DJ Turner. I mean, Roma Doozy didn't even have a catch. Like, he's doing his job.
Fine.
You have one player that's shown up this year.
And watch. Logan Wilson's going to go to the Cowboys and become an all-pro.
Well, and that's another thing too. Like,
I'm expecting it.
on a defense that's terrible, are you okay? On a defense that's terrible, you're relying on 2 rookie linebackers that are in the top 10 in the NFL in missed tackles and are a lot of times in wrong positions. And Shamar Stewart takes terrible angles, and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's such a waste to have such a good offense, even with the 40-year-old backup quarterback. And
I mean, that's the sad thing, is if Joe Burrow was our quarterback, like, let's say Joe Burrow didn't get hurt, and we still lose these games. Like, I don't
I
wanna
mean,
I
they
don't want
did it
the owner
last year.
I don't want the ownership to use the excuse of, "Oh, Joe Burrow got hurt," like, that we would have been better. Like, no, this team could not be any better with Joe Burrow on it right now.
Well, no, I mean, I said, like, this is their 6th time in the last 2 years they've lost a game when scoring 33 points. They lost 38-33 to Washington last year, 41-38 to Baltimore, 35-34 to Baltimore, and 44-38 to Pittsburgh.
And we still ended up with a winning
And that was
record.
all with
And we ended up with a winning
MVP
record, won the last
season.
5 games, and almost made the playoffs.
I don't you gotta blow
Blow
it
it up.
up, and
Blow it up now. It starts now. Make a
they
move
are.
now. But
They're
you're
not
right.
going
Duke
to
Tobin
because
needs to be
they're
the
the
first one
Bengals.
to go.
One team that did make a move is the Colts,
Yeah.
and gave up a lot. Gave
Yeah,
up
they gave
2
up too much.
first-round draft picks
Too much.
to get Sauce Gardner. Is that too much?
Yes. I mean, first of all, isn't
Why?
Sauce Gardner 1 hurt right now?
Well, he didn't play against the Bengals 2 weeks ago.
Right. I don't know if they're on a bye week, so I don't know. But yeah. But anyways, 2 first-round picks. Sauce, he had a great rookie year. I think he had a pretty good second year, and ever since then, he's kind of gone downhill. He's not been the Sauce Gardner that he was. I think his rookie year was
He's still
probably his best
regarded as one of the best corners in the league.
year. He hasn't been last year. He wasn't. I don't think he's been this year.
Here's my is 2 first rounds a lot? Of course. But how hard is it to find a shutdown corner in the NFL? And if you've got 2 first-round picks where you're drafting a corner in the first round and you're trying to get a shutdown corner for the next 10 years, or let's just say 5 because you just don't know how long corners are gonna last in this league. I mean, what are the chances of being successful?
No. Nope. You need it.
So I think if you've got what you think is a known commodity and you know he's gonna be that guy for the next 5 years where he can shut down your opponent's best wide receiver,
Yeah.
I know I agree giving up 2 corners or 2 first rounds is a lot.
Yeah.
But if the Bengals had that luxury where they had picks and they were able to bring in a shutdown corner and fix this defense, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
No, I mean, yes, but like I said, I think you're overestimating how good Sauce Gardner is.
I mean, maybe I am, but I mean, he's still super young and still regarded as one of the better corners in the league. And I mean, he wasn't going to be available unless you're giving up that much. I would love to see that kind of aggressiveness with the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, I agree. I mean, the Bengals have notoriously not made moves. Like, we don't make moves. We don't make trades. We just throw a roster out there at the beginning of the year, and that's the roster we usually end up with at the end of the year, unless somebody gets hurt, like Joe Burrow. But Yeah, like,
Well,
the ownership never really.
for the last 2 years, they've made trades, which is kinda getting out of their element. Last year for Khalil Herbert, because they didn't have any healthy running backs, and then they send Logan Wilson to the Cowboys for a 7th round pick, which, I mean, you save money on the cap. He had an extension. I think he was signed through 27, but you can't tell me he couldn't help it. I don't care if he's lost a step. You can't tell me he couldn't help this just awful defense.
No, yeah, you're right.
But the rest of the Vikings upset the Lions, really put a lot of pressure on Jared Goff, and, we're able to nobody I don't think anybody saw that coming, and JJ McCarthy had his first great game as a pro. The Packers, like, what do you think about the Packers? Everybody's talking about them being one of the best teams. Now they have losses to both the Browns and the Panthers.
Yeah, and Panthers loss was in Green Bay, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so I can't figure them out. Like, I had them last week when we went through our rankings. I had them up there as I think probably my favorite to win the NFC, and yeah, that's off the rails now. Like, that's not what they showed on Sunday. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Packers.
The Colts turned the ball over 6 times, and
Yeah,
despite that, they still battled and had a chance late, but they lost in Pittsburgh 27-20. The Broncos keep winning close games, win 18-15 over the Texans. The Rams roll past the terrible Saints. And what was the game of the week, the Bills take care of the Chiefs in Buffalo 28-21, which I had the Chiefs as the best team. If we do rankings again, we'll see where they fall. And I mean, good. How good did Sam Darnold and the Seahawks look in Washington on
they
Sunday night?
dominated that game in Washington on Sunday night.
So, do you want to do your top 10 real quick?
Yeah, let's roll through it. We can roll through it.
I think it's your turn to roll first.
All right. Let's see. Let me look at the old notes here. Oh boy. My number one team in the NFL.
It's tough, dude.
You know what? I don't want you to cuss me out, so I'm not gonna do it.
Just do it.
I'm not doing it. Oh man.
Stick to your guns.
I just think they're playing the best ball right now.
Then do it.
Who's playing? I'm gonna go Seattle Seahawks.
Look, I think them and the Rams are both really good.
They're very good.
And then the Niners are battling injuries, but they just keep winning too. I just think that NFC West is loaded, and I mean the Cardinals just made the Cowboys look terrible with Jacoby Brissett under center. So I don't think that's that bad of a pick. I probably wouldn't go one yet.
They're 6-2. Their 2 losses are by a combined 7 points. They both close games. The first loss was week 1. They lost by 4 to the 49ers. Ever since then, like, they've just been playing good ball. And like I said, they dominated in Washington. They beat a pretty good Texans team the week before. They're up there, man.
Well, they're number one.
Yeah, for me they are.
I mean, it hasn't been pretty, but I mean they're the Super Bowl champions. So give me the Eagles at 2.
Eagles at 2. I don't know about that one. All
This
right.
is tough, man. I'm looking at this. Nobody's dominant.
I mean, I'm gonna go. It's still a tough call. At number 3, I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills. They have an inexcusable loss at Atlanta on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago. And then they lost at home to the New England Patriots. But that loss to the Patriots is not as bad as what we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the year, with the Patriots sitting there at 7-2. So we know with that win off the Chiefs this week, give me the Buffalo Bills at number 3.
And look, I'm gonna get cussed out here because I'm picking a 5-4 team as the 4th best team in the league. I mean, I picked them first last week. I'm not dropping them out of the top 10. I'm going Chiefs at 4.
Okay. All right. Despite the bad game that they just had in Pittsburgh with the 6 turnovers, to me, I think that's just an anomaly. They played such good football up until that point. Give me the Indianapolis Colts at number, where are we at, 5?
5.
Yeah, give me the Colts at 5.
Give me the Rams at 6. You know who leads the NFL in touchdown passes? Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. Old man
Give me
Stafford.
give me the Rams at 6.
Rams at 6. All right. I'll go with the Patriots, the AFC East leading Patriots. Sitting there at 7-2. They continue to just stack up wins. Mike Vrabel's got them rolling. Give me the Patriots.
I'll take the Bucks. Where are we at? So this is
That was your 8th, I think, right?
we're at 8th. Give me the Bucks.
Bucks. And then, I mean, I don't know why we don't have the Denver Broncos ranked even higher, but give me the
'Cause
Broncos. They continue to win close games, but guess what?
they should
Wins.
I mean, I don't trust Bo Nix.
You said that for all season, and what's he doing? He's
Well,
stacking up wins.
he stacks wins. He plays bad for 3 quarters and then decides to just play out of his head.
I mean, what have they won 6 in a row here?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
honestly should be 8-1.
6 in a row? Yeah, they should be 8-1. Like, you can say you don't trust Bo Nix, but trust that defense. The Broncos are for real.
Yeah. I probably should have gone Lions before the Bucks, but I'll go the Lions here.
Can't believe we have the Lions sitting at 10.
Well, they just lost to the Vikings,
They
and
did, I know.
so we don't even have the Packers in the top 10. We don't have the Steelers. We don't have the Ravens. We don't have the Chargers.
Chargers. Yep, no Chargers.
I think it's about the 49ers, but I think that's about the only teams that are
Don't have the
really
Bengals.
relevant that we kinda left
Surprised we
out
don't have
there.
the Bengals in the top 10.
Dude, I don't even wanna talk about them. We talked about them too much on here,
Yeah.
but I'm done with the NFL. I don't wanna talk about it anymore. Let's move. College hoops is here,
Austin
and,
is here.
you know, one of the fun things about November is all these tournaments, getting to watch all these freshmen for the first time, and Koa Pete for Arizona and their upset win over the defending national champion Florida Gators opens up his career with 30 points and 5 assists. He's the first player in Big 12 history to have 30 and 5 in his debut. Um, he was ranked, I think, 7th as on the incoming freshman list, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of really good freshmen. AJ DeBonta had 21 points and 6 rebounds and 3 assists, and BYU's win over Villanova, a 5-point win, and that game was tied late,
Yep.
and DeBonta had, like, 6 of the next 8 points to kinda
Yep.
pull away in that one. He's the top rated and what a lot of people are saying is gonna be the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Darren Peterson had 21 points, only played, like, 18 minutes in their Kansas's win over Green Bay.
Yeah.
He had, what, 3 rebounds and 3 assists, had a 3. Cam Boozer, Carlos Boozer's son, playing for Duke, 15 points and 13 rebounds in their win over Texas, but he was only 3 of 12 from the field and 9 of 12 from the line, and then I guess we'll close out with Louisville's own Michael Brown, who had 11 points and a really good 6 assists
Yep.
but in 18 minutes, which was just a
Was
hard to
it?
watch game against a really bad South Carolina
Yeah, that
State
was a
team.
hard game to get through. Yeah, when you win by 59 points, but no, I mean, this freshman class, I mean, it was highly touted coming in, but my goodness, like, these guys are just living up to the hype. Superstars throughout the country. Really fun to watch. I mean, they're stepping up in big time games already, like you said, with Koa Pete in that game over the defending champion Florida Gators. What a great game that was to start off the season. But this freshman class, to me, I mean, and it's not just me, but you know, a lot of the national writers are saying this is the best freshman class they've seen.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I mean, we live in, like I've said before, we live in the heart of college basketball country, so we will be talking a ton of college basketball here on the Height Differential, and it's no, it's just it's always fun to watch these guys play for the first time because I mean, obviously you don't see them play in high school, and
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, Pete's performance against Florida is the one that stands out to me. I mean, he was super impressive and was putting up numbers that, an Arizona freshman has never done before, but there's one fifth-year walk-on senior that I think we need to talk about,
okay,
and that is Brandon Dwyer. He's a fifth-year walk-on senior, like I said, at Florida Gulf Coast.
okay,
He has built up a TikTok following of over 1.3 million followers with his Road to 1 Point series. Road to 1 Point. And in their game against New College, Florida, which I believe is an NAIA school,
uh-huh,
Brandon Dwyer gets in, hits a 3, scores 6 points. So and the crowd, dude, the crowd just goes absolutely bonkers. But his road to 1 point is over, and he has done that sixfold, as he now has 6 points in his career.
Does he shut down the TikTok now? What do you
I
do?
think I think now you go road to 10 points and try to get to double digits.
Maybe we go road to starting again. Maybe he goes road to the starter. Try to get a start in his career, maybe?
I don't think he's gonna start. Prior to that game, he had appeared in 8 games and averaged 1.4 minutes in those 8 games, so I think he's a little bit away, from starting, but, I mean, we haven't talked about Dunk City in a while, you know?
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
right.
the biggest story for Dunk City in a long time.
Yeah, no, good for that kid, man. Like, you probably you show up to practice every day, you put in the work, you don't get any credit, you don't get to see the floor, but you still gotta show up every day and grind it out and be a part of the scout team and help your team win. And finally, after 5 years, all that work pays off for the kid. So good for him. 6 points. He went off.
Yeah, too bad he didn't get 7 points. So, on that, so kid like these college students, whenever team scores 67 points, these crowds are going nuts because that is the thing to do now. And there's video of a game at Iowa State where they had a field trip game.
Yeah,
And we've all seen these field trip games where the crowd is just
yeah.
full
Elementary
of
elementary school
elementary,
kids.
middle school
Yeah.
kids, and they get to 67 points,
Oh
dude.
my god.
And like I said, this is happening all over the country, but in this game, like they actually just take the camera and they pan the crowd, and you just see all the kids, just every single one of them doing that and just screaming at the top of their lungs. You dressed up as 6'7" for Halloween.
Yeah, sure did.
Do you have some kind of explanation of what this
I
is
don't know
all about?
what it is. It annoys the heck out of me. Like, when's it gonna end? Like, I don't know what it means. I don't think anybody knows what it means. I don't think kids know what it means. Like, nobody knows what it means. Just like when somebody was like we finally, I think have gotten over the skibbity this and skibbity Ohio Riz and all that nonsense that went on last year. We finally got past that, and now we get 6-7 dropped in our lap. Like, what's next? 8-9,
I
two
mean
five. Like, what numbers are we gonna come up with next that
I
don't
mean, we
mean a
sound old,
damn thing?
obviously. And look, with the Skibbity and the Riz and all that, Riz actually I'll give him credit. Riz made sense. Like, it's just shortened up being charismatic. Like, I think
I
I'll
understand there
actually
is, but
that word is fine.
we're going skibbity toilets and stuff. Like, what is that
I'm
crap?
totally
What is that?
I am not giving him any credit for that.
But we finally got past all that. I feel like, and then now we get this
So,
nonsense dropped in our laps.
how long will this last the entire season when teams get 67 points that college students are going nuts like that?
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately,
You think it will?
until something new comes wrong. But yeah, probably, and it's annoying. It's annoying.
It is annoying. Um, I guess a few things to close out with. We talked a lot of Ryder Cup, and we talked a lot about how Rory was really heckled by the fans, how it appeared that his wife had something thrown at her, which we eventually realized
It was
was
not
not actually true, even
correct.
though the entire team, the entire European team talked about how it was ridiculous that she got something thrown at her. But of America chief executive Derek Sprague has sent a personal apology for the abuse directed at Rory and his wife. And Rory's comment, I got a lovely email from Derek Sprague apologizing. Should the PGA of America chief executive Derek Sprague have apologized to Rory?
Hell no. Absolutely no. No apology. You get no apology. Like, absolutely not. What are we doing? What are we doing? We should not be pandering to Rory. I know he's one of the top players on the PGA Tour, and you need him to be successful, but no. Come on, it's the Ryder Cup. It's the Ryder Cup. What do you expect? Rory was a big baby during those 3 days, and probably some of the practice rounds. A huge baby. I mean, he's getting offended over our fans saying hit it in the sand or whatever we said. Like, get out of here. Like, no, absolutely not. No.
I mean,
No.
I agree with you. And I mean, I like Rory, like, I'll pull for Rory when it's not the Ryder Cup, but his quote saying, "I got a lovely email from Derek Sprague apologizing," is just so lame, like, so lame.
You know what should happen is Scotty Scheffler should write him another lovely email, tell him to go get bit somewhere, is what he should say.
Well, dude, and they're gonna do this in 2 years. It's gonna be the exact opposite. Like, this is what this is. Like, I wish we had people heckling us
That's what
last
the
weekend in the
that's the
Rowdy
thing.
Cup.
That's what the Ryder Cup is. It happens in both countries. There was the beer incident was not what it was made out to be. So sorry, Mrs. McIlroy, you got hit by a beer, but it was unintentional. You know, like I hope you dried off, got your dress dry cleaned. Like everything's okay now. We don't need to be apologizing. And if in a nicely worded email, like get out. Give me a new PGA Tour president. And this guy sucks. Get him out. I know he's new to the game because I think he just took over, but get him out.
I think we gotta bring in "It's too late to apologize," right? It's been too long. Like, it's been how many months?
And that's
Like,
not just too
what
late.
are we doing? Also, just go have a beer and hammer it out. You don't need to send an official email, a lovely email.
It's embarrassing.
Like, you don't need that.
Like, it's embarrassing for the PGA Tour. Absolutely embarrassing for the PGA.
It's because Rory's their guy. Rory's their guy.
In a time where it's PGA Tour versus Live Tour, you know, like this makes the Live Tour look cool, and I hate the Live Tour. So, you know, whatever. Like, just a bad look for the PGA Tour, bending the knee to Rory McIlroy, the crybaby of Europe. Just get out.
Well, you talked about Liv.
Yeah.
The whole thing was there were 54 holes.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's why
looks
they're
like they're
called
going
Live.
to
Like Live
looks
is
like they're going to
54.
72. Liv is the Roman numeral, LIV. 54.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Roman numeral for 72 is, but I can look it up.
Let me see if I can get it. V. Let's see. What is it? 72?
It's LXII.
Yeah.
So they got to change the name of their league.
No, that's 62.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. L's 50.
XX.
XX. Yes, 2 X's.
So they have to change the name of their league to LXII.
Lixie.
I mean, don't they have to? That's their whole brand.
You can't have
LIV.
54 as your logo and then play 72 holes. But good for Liv. They're finally, playing some real golf, an actual golf tournament.
But didn't a lot of the Live guys, besides the fact that they're getting paid boatloads of money, go because they only had to play 3 rounds and wear shorts?
I mean, it's all stupid. Like, let's end the nonsense. Let's shake hands. We'll have the truce. Let's get back to being one big happy family, and we all play on the same tour. Because this is just stupid.
I mean, I think that's what we're leaning towards.
We've been leaning towards that for 2 years.
Some point.
Wasn't there supposed to be an agreement?
But this gets you closer. I also think they think it's going to help them with world points to get them into more majors potentially. But I mean, your whole brand. It's your whole brand. It's your whole brand. It'd be like us having a podcast called The Height Differential and then going getting 2 5'10" guys to host it.
Yeah.
Like, that would make no sense.
No sense.
And now you're LIV, but you're playing 72 holes.
Yeah. No, doesn't make any sense to me. But, glad they actually are playing a real golf tournament. But no, makes no sense. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Just like I said, let's just shake hands and come back together as a family.
Couple quick things to end. There was a high school football game in Illinois that I wanted to talk about. Porta High School trailed Fairfield 8-6 with less than a minute to go. And they had the ball in field goal range. They spiked the ball on first down. So now there's second down with 23 seconds left.
Yeah.
They ran the ball to get a little closer. And then so now it's third down. The quarterback gets confused and takes a knee. So he takes a knee on third down. So then they snap the ball on fourth down and he spikes it in an attempt to stop the clock.
So he took the knee when he should have spiked it, is what we're saying on third down?
Yes.
So he got confused.
And they were saying that the clock was close to running out anyways, but they stopped the clock and fourth down had already passed. None of the officials seemed to notice that they had already ran 4 plays. The down marker operator.
No, where's the down guy? Wwhat's that guy? Did he fall asleep?
From third to fourth.
What is he doing?
Until after the fourth down play had already been run. I'm sure the coaches had to be going nuts because they know that they had ran 4 plays, but time was put back on the clock, and Porta hit a field goal at the buzzer to win the game
So
on 5th down.
so the team that was winning that game at the time, like, their coaches didn't run out on the field and be like, "Hey, like, what are we doing here?"
I'm running out there and tackling somebody.
Somebody's doing something. Like, how do you allow that to happen?
Well, Zach Taylor did it in the AFC Championship against the Chiefs when the Chiefs got 5 downs. When they got the stop on 4th, and then they said that it was a flag, so they got another
Oh,
chance at it.
yeah. Yeah.
So this has happened in AFC championships.
Yeah.
Not this brutal, not this obvious.
Yes.
I mean, if Patrick Mahomes would have accidentally took a knee on 3rd down and then spiked it on 4th, and somehow they were allowed to still kick a field goal to win the game, I would have been even more upset.
Now we would have had Gene Steratore calling the officials in that game saying, "Nope, give them another down." So, no, the Chiefs
But
got away with it.
the IHSA has a rule that any decisions made by officials are not subject to any sort of protest or review. So that score is going to stand.
It wasn't a playoff game, was it?
I don't think it was a playoff game.
That'd be a tough way to let your season come to an end.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, you can't have that happen. What are they doing?
can't be getting 5 downs.
I mean, if
And
they were in
then,
Russia, those officials would have been probably thrown in jail or whatever the hockey guy was subject.
dude, yeah, they're done. They're suspended for life. And maybe that's why we need to be a little more harder on officials, like we talked about a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do we need to talk about Tom Brady's dog?
Yeah. Well, no, we have to. Yeah. That's a wild story.
So his dog Luna dies in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And before his dog passed away, he took a little blood.
Yeah.
And with that blood, he was able to clone the dog through a company called Colossal Biosciences. And he now has a clone of his dog Luna, and that dog's name is Junie. Thoughts?
It blows my mind, to be honest with you. Like, how is that possible? I mean, I knew we did the whole clone thing with Dolly the sheep back in the day, and I don't even know if that was successful.
I mean, that was back then, and these same companies were involved in that.
Like, it's absolutely wild that you can do something like that. And good for Tom Brady, I think. Like, if your dog dies and you don't like first of all, dogs are the greatest animal on earth. Dogs should never die. Dogs should outlive humans, to be honest.
Well,
But
they kind of is doing that.
does the dog, does it look identical? Does it act identical?
It's a clone.
But,
That's what a clone is.
All right. So then when the dog
Like,
died, how old
it's
was
not
it when it died? Probably
I
old.
I don't have the age, but
So then when you clone like a 13-year-old dog, does the new clone have the aged? Like, is that a 13-year-old dog that you got now?
no, it's still a baby. It's born. It's still a puppy when it's born, but it's gonna grow up to have the same look and I guess the same personality
born?
as the dog that it was cloned.
How was it born? Who gave what? Did it just pop out of a machine?
They did the just like I don't know if they
Well, that's
implanted
not
it
a
into a
clone.
dog or how they did it,
That's
but
not a clone. No, that's not a clone. Like,
they cloned this dog.
a clone is
This
like
same company has cloned dogs for Barbara Streisand and for Paris Hilton. And that was back in 2017 and 2022. So this is not the first time that they have cloned a dog.
They just took dog DNA. So they took dog DNA, put it on in like an embryo or something, and did something like that. Like, I'm thinking like Dolly the sheep. You put a sheep in a machine, and then out of the machine comes another sheep. Right? Isn't that what happened back then? I mean, I don't know. No, I think it's actually pretty cool. No, I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, dogs are awesome. If you're love your dog like 99% of Americans do, and you have that attachment, and it's like part of the family. And you lose a family member after 12 years, like, it doesn't seem like you've enough time. So dogs don't live long enough. So good for Tom Brady of bringing back the memory and the physical specimen of the dog that he loved. So good for Tom.
I mean, there's no telling how much this cost.
A lot
to get a dog that you've loved cloned. But yeah, I mean, it's man's best friend for a reason. And when you lose your dog, it's a super hard thing. And to be able to bring that back just a little bit is I mean, if you can afford it, I can see why you would do
Yeah,
that, but
no, I absolutely understand it. I mean, yeah,
but the same company is known for its de-extinction efforts, and they're they're trying to bring the dodo bird back,
the dodo. That's I mean,
which
if the company can bring back extinct animals, like what's that? The woolly mammoth. That's I think isn't that
yeah,
on the
I mean,
list?
but, like, from back when I was in school, like, the most famous extinct animal, I feel like is the dodo bird. Everybody always talks about the dodo bird,
I feel like if we
and they're
if
trying to bring it back.
all right, so let's say we do the dodo bird and it's successful. Now we're starting to get down a little slippery slope. We're starting to get into like the Jurassic Park type kind of stuff.
Well, Neil, all of this
This could
stuff is
be
slippery slope.
this could be
All of this,
dangerous.
AI, all of this is slippery slope.
Like we might be on our way to a
Robots.
Jurassic Park type a situation. We don't want that. But
I mean, all this technology that we're coming up
also,
with right now.
we're talking about the dog. Like, isn't this kind of what they were trying to do with Ted Williams?
Well, he's frozen.
Is he still
They
frozen?
yeah, he's still frozen.
Like isn't that what they're in essence? Aren't they trying to do something like this with Ted Williams and try to bring him back?
The hope is yeah. Yeah, he's frozen.
He's been frozen for 25 years.
Yeah. But yeah, in essence,
So when
I
we
mean,
get
he's just gonna I
when's
mean, in 2040, he's gonna wake up from a long nap,
when's old Ted coming back? I need to know.
see if he can bat 400 again.
Let's get old Ted back. Get Teddy Ballgame back out here.
Hey, you know who else came back?
Who dat?
Red Panda.
Oh, she did. That's right.
And she did it in pretty badass fashion. So she broke her wrist in July at a WNBA game, and she has not performed since. She works the Sixers Bulls game on Tuesday night,
Mhm.
and she does so wearing the Jordan 45 comeback jersey.
That's GOAT status right there.
Is it not?
That is GOAT status.
Like, that's just tight. Like her coming back wearing the 4-5, like Jay-Z said, pretty cool.
Like,
And we've got the opportunity to see her in person. Did you
I was the participant. That was me. That's my claim to fame.
what did you have to do?
I threw her the bowls.
So
I had to make the perfect toss of bowls so she could catch it. So she didn't
at
fall off her
Louisville Slugger
unison.
Field,
Yeah.
this is what, probably 2008
9, 8,
or 9?
9. Yeah, somewhere around there.
So they put obviously, it's a baseball field, so you gotta have a hard, like, surface. So they put,
Board down.
like a
Yep.
wood board down,
Yep.
and then your job was to what?
Take the rice bowls and throw them to her on top of the unicycle in a perfectly fashion. I had to throw it a certain way too, like sideways, had a little spin on it. So I had to throw it perfectly to her so where she could catch it and not fall off the unicycle to where she then could perform her act. So I was a big part of that act, and it was successful. I threw 100%. I was 100% completion percentage that day. The panda was 100% in her bowl stacking on top of her head. So it was a great day all around there at the old slug.
Do you think it's kinda crazy that she just relies on random people that she doesn't have somebody that travels with her to do
Yes,
that?
that is kind of great. Yeah,
I wonder if that's changed now because
because she got
her
so
act was
big.
pretty new back then.
Well, as the me saying the bats at the time when we were there, I'm pretty sure we were the first baseball stadium that she had performed at.
Yeah,
She'd always been basketball and whatever else, but I think we were the first outdoor baseball stadium that she had performed at the time.
but it's I'm glad she's back. I mean, she healed from that wrist injury pretty quick. I mean,
I mean, do we admit that she's probably the greatest halftime act that we've seen?
she's up there, and it's such a unique act. Like, who would ever think that, "Yo, I'm gonna ride this unicycle and I'm just gonna kick bowls
How do you
and
do
catch
all
them?"
that? Yeah. So out of all that, let's real quick before we end the show. He was at the slug. We've seen a lot
Mhm.
of circus act type things that come through the slug for entertainment purposes, as you do in all AAA ballparks. I mean, that's what gets
Yeah.
people there.
Yep.
What is your top 1 or 2 acts that you've seen roll through Louisville Slugger Field?
I thought Quick Change was cool.
Quick Change was great. Very good.
Which for those they just change their outfits a lot. I mean,
Nobody can figure out how they do it.
you can't go wrong with the famous chicken.
Famous Chicken was
Just
good.
just a legend. So I would probably go the chicken first, and then maybe Quick Change, but Red Panda's right there.
Red Panda's there. Yep, I think Quick Change is up there. The Chicago Boys, I think, was always one of my favorites where they're doing flips
Was
and
that the
flips.
acrobats or was that the buckets?
That was not the Buckets are called the Bucket Boys. Chicago
Okay.
Boys were the acrobats, and I think
So they were the Chicago Bucket Boys and the Chicago Boys, right?
yeah, no, it's the Bucket Boys.
Just the Bucket Boys?
Yeah, I think.
They were
Yeah.
from Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Yes. But no, the acrobatic ones that are flying through the air and jumping over people and doing all that crazy stuff, I think is up there for me. Superstars, I think was very, very entertaining. But the worst one I think I've seen, Myron Noodleman.
We're going worst.
Myron Noodleman.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he is dead, unfortunately. But
So
when he was
you
alive,
talked
the
about
act, not very good.
no, I mean, I was never a fan, but you talked about how you got to help Red Panda with the bowls. Your boy picked up Myron Noodleman at the airport one time.
You should have just
Uh,
left him there, to be honest with you.
no, he was a good dude.
He was a
He
good dude.
just I mean, his whole act was become a Halloween costume,
Or the
and it
juggling
just
guy.
turned into a business.
Yeah, what was the
Huh?
juggling guy? The guy that juggled chainsaws. Remember him?
Mad Chad.
Matt Chad, he was all right.
Mad Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have some good acts over at the Slug.
I'm sure some of them are still performing.
Yeah, some of them. But all right, before we get off here, we gotta. So Dr. Phyllis Grant, have you heard about her? IU alum
Mhm.
and season ticket holder for 76 years. She turned 100 years old on Halloween. She's been a football fan, a season ticket holder for 3/4 of a century, and all those years that I talked about where they didn't start 9-0 and now they've done it for 2 years in a row. I mean, she's gotta be loving her life watching this
God
team.
bless her, man. Like, to sit through IU football for that long of a time and never have anything good happen, she deserves this. I hope she's enjoying every single bit of this. She deserves this. I mean, all IU fans deserve this, but especially for somebody that stuck it out for that long and at the young age of 100 now. So good for her. Hope the Hoosiers bring home the entire title. I mean, if they weren't as good as they were, they'd be hosting a playoff game. But fortunately, they'll get that first round bye and end up playing at a neutral site. But good for her. I hope she is able to at least make it to one of these playoff games.
No, I just thought it was a cool story. Like
Story.
and the fact that, dude, that's what fandom's all about, right? And
Yeah.
that's like sticking it through like thick and thin, and just hoping that maybe one day we can make a run. And
Are we going to be those Bengals fans at the age of 100 when they haven't been back to
I
the
mean,
Super Bowl and we suck?
let's be honest. As a kid, I didn't think we'd ever get to the Super Bowl,
That's me neither.
and we were at least able to experience that.
Should have won it.
Eh, we lost Logan Wilson this week to the Cowboys. I mean, that holding call against him on 3rd down will forever be burned in my brain.
And one of the worst calls I've ever seen.
And in a game where they didn't call anything pretty much the whole game,
It
and then they
wasn't
call
even a
that.
hold.
But yeah, I mean, at least the Bengals have got there. But
I want to win. We need to, like Uncle Steve. Like Uncle Steve is that Bengals fan that's going to end up like Phyllis, who just wears that lucky Icky Woods jersey until he's 100 years old, and he needs to see a Bengals Super Bowl.
yeah, I want it. I want it for Uncle Steve,
Me
but
too.
I want it for me too.
Me too.
But you know what? You gotta play a little bit defense to win football games, and right now, I think if me and you went out there and I don't think they could stop us.
No. No.
But the good news is we don't have to watch the Cincinnati Bengals this week because they are on bye.
Thank goodness.
So,
Nope.
but plenty of other things to watch with hoops and football here. It's crossover season.
Crossover season.
So, I think we'll probably be back on Sunday
Yeah, I don't
because
see why not.
we do not have a tournament to play. The Bengals aren't playing, so we'll be back here probably on Sunday to recap the NFL and college football and college hoops and
Preview some
talk
cats.
about whatever,
You got cats and cards next week.
which is crazy, right?
Wild. The basketball cats Louisville, Kentucky rivalries getting underway
I
before the
mean,
football game.
a week from yesterday.
Yeah. Game 3.
Wild. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. The cats and the cards playing before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But it'll be fun. Learn a lot about these teams. Cards look good against South Carolina State.
They did.
The game lasted 3 hours, I felt like.
It did.
But all right. That's Neil. I'm Nick. You've been listening to Height Differential. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all the different platforms. Hit that subscribe button, and we will be back to talk with you on Sunday. We'll see you then.
Give it to me.
So you're telling me we're not going to get the sexy girl singing "Give It to Me" anymore?